Your brand has a pulse. Your story has a voice. Does your media reflect your excellence? Welcome to Vibrant's Creative Services. We bridge the gap between imagination and professional reality. From cinematic corporate documentaries and high-fashion photography to precision drone inspections and event live streaming. We bring the gear, the grit, and the vision. Don't just exist in the market. Dominate it. Vibrant's Creative Services. Professionalism amplified. WhatsApp us at 0750 151458.
The Matriarch stands at the crest of a dune, a mountain of ancient hide silhouetted against the furnace glare of the sun. The skin, gray and wrinkled, is a map of the years, a topography of cracks and fissures, each one a record of drought endured, of miles traveled, of the slow accretion of time upon a body that has seen half a century of dry seasons. Dust coats every fold, a pale rouge that will be shaken off when the cool returns, when the water is found, when the long walk pauses. For now, the Matriarch stands still, facing into the wind, the only movement the slow, rhythmic fanning of the enormous ears, each one a vascular radiator pumping blood through thin skin, releasing heat into the parched air. The trunk lifts, a muscular prehensile appendage of astonishing versatility. Two finger-like projections at its tip curl and uncurl, sampling the air, tasting it, reading the complex chemistry of the desert. The nostrils, located at the very end, draw in scent particles from miles away. The memory of rain, the trace of vegetation, the faint, almost undetectable hint of moisture that might mean life or death for the herd that waits behind her. The trunk lowers. The Matriarch takes a step forward, her front foot sinking slightly into the soft sand, and the vibration of that step travels through the earth, through the substrate, a subsonic pulse that carries information she cannot hear but can feel. Behind her, the herd waits. The younger females, their own calves pressed close to their legs, watch the Matriarch with an attention that borders on devotion. They have followed her for years, through seasons of plenty and seasons of want, and they will follow her still, trusting the ancient wisdom that resides in that massive skull, in the labyrinthine memory that holds the map of the desert, the location of every water hole, every patch of browse, every sanctuary from the killing sun. The Matriarch moves. The descent from the dune is slow, deliberate, each step placed with care to avoid the loose sand that could turn an ankle, that could spell the end for a creature of such immense weight. The herd follows in single file, the calves in the center, protected by the bodies of the adults. The sun beats down, and the heat shimmers rise from the sand, distorting the shapes of those who walk through it. The Matriarch's skin, cracked and dry, offers little insulation, but beneath it lies a layer of fat, a reservoir of energy that will sustain her through the days without food, through the search for the thing that matters more than anything else. The memory guides her. Years ago, decades ago, as a calf herself, she followed her own Matriarch to a place where the desert floor dipped, where ancient rock lay close to the surface, where the rains of a distant season had pooled and lingered long after the surrounding land had dried. She has returned to that place many times since, in many different years, and each time the water has been there, hidden from the sun, protected by the rock. a gift from the earth to those who remember. But the desert changes. Dunes shift, rock erodes, water holes dry up and are replaced by others. The matriarch's memory is not a simple map, but a complex calculus of probabilities, of seasons, of the signs that precede the finding. The wind carries the scent of acacia, of the tough, dry brush that the elephants can strip and consume. But it does not carry the scent of water. Not yet. The calf stumbles. It is young, only a few months old, still learning the coordination of those enormous legs, still dependent on its mother's milk and its mother's presence. It falls to its knees in the sand, a soft cry escaping its throat, a high-pitched squeal that carries through the air. The mother stops, turns, and lifts the calf with her trunk, a gentle pressure under the belly that raises it to its feet. The matriarch watches, her ancient eyes taking in the scene, assessing the calf's strength, its chances, as she does not slow the pace. The water is the priority, and the water will not wait. Hours pass. The sun tracks across the sky, a ball of white fire that bleaches the color from the world. The herd walks on, the matriarch still in the light, still reading the wind, still feeling the earth beneath her feet. The sand gives way to rock, a broad expanse of weathered stone that holds the heat of the day and radiates it back into the air. The matriarch's feet, thick padded and cracked, feel the vibrations through the stone, the subtle differences in resonance that might indicate a void beneath, a pocket of water hidden from the sky. As she stops, the herd stops behind her. The matriarch lifts one front foot and brings it down, a heavy, deliberate stamp. The vibration travels through the rock, through the earth beneath, and returns to her, felt through the sensitive pads of her feet, through the bones of her legs, through the very structure of her body. The return vibration is different, a hollow echo that speaks of space, of depth, of water. As she stamps again and again, the herd watches, silent, patient. The calf, recovered from its fall, presses against its mother's leg, its trunk reaching up to touch her flank, seeking reassurance. The mother does not respond, her attention fixed on the matriarch, on the ritual of finding that has sustained their kind for millennia. The matriarch moves forward, her steps now more certain, more directed, as she follows the subsurface signal, the map written in vibrations, until she reaches a place where the rock dips, where a cleft appears, where the shadow of an overhang offers relief from the sun. As she stops at the edge of the cleft and looks down, below, in the darkness, water gleams. A pool, small but deep, hidden from the sun, protected from evaporation, fed by some ancient aquifer that surfaces here and only here. The matriarch does not hurry. As she stands for a long moment, her trunk extended, tasting the air above the water, confirming what her feet have told her. Then she begins the descent into the cleft, her massive body navigating the narrow passage with a grace that seems impossible for a creature of her size. The water is cool against her feet, against her trunk, against the cracked and thirsty skin. As she drinks, the trunk dipping into the pool, curling, delivering the water to her mouth in a steady stream. Behind her, the herd descends, the mothers first, then the calves, all of them drinking, all of them filling the empty spaces that the desert has carved into their bodies. The calf pushes forward, pressing between the legs of the adults, reaching the water's edge. It dips its trunk, still clumsy, still learning, and manages to get a small amount to its mouth. Its mother watches, her trunk touching its back, a gesture of protection, of reassurance. The matriarch, her own thirst slaked, moves away from the pool, climbing back into the light, returning to her post at the edge of the cleft. As she stands watch while the herd drinks, the sun lowers toward the horizon, the heat finally beginning to ease. The matriarch's ears fan slowly, her eyes scanning the desert, her trunk sampling the wind. The water is found. The herd is safe. The ancient wisdom has served again. The matriarch stands against the fading light, a monument of survival in a land that offers no mercy and waits for the night to come.
Your brand has a pulse. Your story has a voice. Does your media reflect your excellence? Welcome to Vibrance Creative Services. We bridge the gap between imagination and professional reality. From cinematic corporate documentaries and high-fashion photography to precision drone inspections and event live streaming, we bring the gear, the grit, and the vision. Don't just exist in the market. Dominate it. Vibrance Creative Services. Professionalism amplified. WhatsApp us at 0750 151458.